Hello there, Eagles. You are flipping in fifth with me, Mrs. G. Today we're talking about topic 14, lesson 1, and today's learning target is I can draw line plots, interpret points, and recognize outliers. Go ahead and pause the video and make sure you write that in at the top of your notebook. We have two vocabulary words today. Our first one is line plot. A line plot is a graph that shows frequency of data along a number line. And then outlier, those are points in a line plot separated from the bulk of the other data. I'll show you more what this is coming up. But go ahead and pause the video and make sure you write these two words and their definitions down under vocabulary. So, what's a line plot? Well, a line plot shows data on a number line like this, and it helps you organize data easily. So how can you use a line plot? Well, let's say you have some data. In this instance, I surveyed the students in Team Gerwell for how many pets that each person had. So what this data set tells us is that 5 students had 1 pet, 3 students had 2 pets. But we want to make this organized in a way that's easier to read so we can answer questions quickly about it. So that's where a line plot comes into play. So the first thing we're going to do here on our number line is we are going to label the number on the bottom. So the bottom here is the number of pets. So we're going to have 1 through 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay? So now we need to decide how many students have each of these numbers of pets, and we need to add the data to our line plot. So we have 5 students that have 1 pet. So here under number of pets we have 1. So now I need to show that there are 5 students that all have 1 pet. So we're going to add 5 x's, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 x's, and that represents 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 students have 1 pet. So now let's look at our next piece here. So we have 3 students that have 2 pets. So 1, 2, 3. The next one we have 4 students who have 3 pets. 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 2 students that have 4 pets. And our last piece of data, we have 1 student, wow, who has 8 pets. That is a lot of pets. So what do you notice about that other than that being a lot of pets? Is there anything in particular that when you're looking at this, you're like, wow, this one kind of seems to be on the off side. So we call those outliers. Outlier simply means that it is a point on your data table that is separated from the bulk of the data. So here all of our x's are kind of next to each other, and then we have this one all the way down here. So we're going to call that an outlier. So how can we interpret the data once we see it in a line plot? Well, first of all, let's look at this, and this tells us giraffes' heights in feet. So how many giraffes are 14 feet tall? So how could we find that out? Well, we're going to look up here and we're going to say, okay, well, here's the 14-foot column, and we're going to count 1, 2. So 2 giraffes, according to this data, are 14 feet tall. What is the most common height of the giraffes? Well, is there a way to know that from this data? Actually, there is. So we're looking at whatever height has the most x's. And here in that case, we have 2 here, we have 3 here, we have 2 here, and 2 here. So the most common height is going to be 15 feet. What is the tallest height of the giraffes? Well, we know the tallest number here is 18 that has some x's by it. So we know that the answer for the tallest height has to be 18 feet. Now it's your turn to try. Here's tonight's practice problem. All of the 5 problems are based off of this line plot. So weights of puppies is down at the bottom, and each X represents 1 puppy that is at that weight. So go through and answer the questions, pause the video, and come back when you're ready. Okay, coming back for the answers in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, what is the weight of the smallest puppy? Well, we're going to look as far left on the number line as we can, and we have 1 at 3, so we're going to say 3 pounds was the smallest puppy. What is the most common weight of the puppies? Well, again, we're looking for the column that has the most X's or the most tally marks. So in this case, this has 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, and 1. So it's going to be the one that has 4, and that answer is 6 pounds. How many puppies, oh, I wrote weighted, sorry about that. How many puppies weighed 8 pounds? Well, one puppy weighed 8 pounds because there's only one check mark. How much did the largest puppy weigh? 13 pounds was our biggest one. And is there an outlier? Remember, an outlier means a data point that is far away from the rest of them that are all bulked together. So yes, we do in fact have an outlier, and it is 13. So mark how many you got correct out of 5. Be honest, it's not for a grade. Honestly, fill out that self-reflection. Could you teach a friend, or are you still confused? And fill in the space with any questions you still have. Look forward to working with you tomorrow. Have a great night. Bye-bye.